So one of the things we're talking about today is in silk reeling, as I learned it in the Yang style. Not all Yang styles do silk reeling, but the older lineages did, and we do silk reeling, and it's different from what you see in Chen style, in that it's very triangulation oriented and smaller circles. The hands don't leave the center, essentially. So if I borrow Jack here for a moment, if he goes to do his first movement here, his hand is not in the actual center, so he can't move. But if he goes again, he can't go because he crossed his center. Now we're going in a little different direction here that I'm showing you aspects about how we train this silk reeling. But if he goes up, I'll let him go up to here. You see he came out of his center. You have to just step back a moment. You have to, the standing training you do helps you to establish what I refer to as your egg. Your egg is where your limbs naturally want to fall relative to the rest of your torso. So if I turn around and I raise my hands like this, when you see people standing without changing the center of my body, I'm always going to be front weighted, and my toes are always going to grip the ground and block the chi flow. So I balance, I sink to raise the hands. And when I do, they come to a certain place. They find what I call their orbit. If I reach out of anxiety, I become heavy in the front, my heels become light. If I contract in, then my toes become light. But when this is right where it belongs, I can't pop the toe or the heel. It's in center. So this egg here, I want to stay within the egg. I can't violate the egg. So I'll show you what I mean by that. And show you how quickly he can manifest this into nastiness. So if he goes to do the silk reeling move and he comes up into the first set like this, right? He comes back. We can practice this where he's going to do it and I'm hooking him this way. So when he goes to come up, as he goes to come up, go up on the inside leg. Because this is from a different part of the form. Yeah, it's from right. Now this here, he's doing what I call looking in the mirror. He's leaving. So when he does that, if I push, you see his posture just disintegrates. The other defect is what I call thumbing his nose at me, where this hand is perpendicular to his face, and you see, it doesn't work. But if he lets this all hang, release this more, and let the elbow dangle, let it swing. Yeah. And he looks through me, not at his hand, you see. It's very strong. Now, if he looks at his hand, it goes away. So these are things that he starts to learn, like in terms of how to move. So if he's coming up and he's spiraling up, you see, I can pull him out. Now, if I go to come up and he goes to pull me out, if my hand's out too far, it'll happen. But if I stay within my egg, I'll pull him right in, you see, and I fed his throat into my hand. So here we're locked together. I go to pull him in with muscle, you know, but I don't use that. I stay within my egg. So when he goes to pull me this way, as he pulls me, I just coil up in my egg and it pulls him towards me. Or, I mean, I could, if he pulls, I can coil down in my egg and pull him towards me also. But he can do the same to me once he understands it. Here, you see, here's he finds his egg, right? And leave that hand there. And come up outside that arm. Like, you can't even begin to. But come up inside the arm. You see, go up inside your arm, not just up my show is that you don't go outside of this.
Okay.
He targeted me also, which is also why that first one looked a little different. But when he goes up this side, there, simple. Now when he goes to turn back to center, go there again. When he goes to turn back to center, if I push, if he tries to turn and engages the muscles, like I'll catch him. But so if I'm wound and I go to unwind by turning my arm and pushing him away, he'll push me away. If I wind the body and let the body unwind, it'll just hold him off without me using any muscle. I just relax, shoulder, elbow, wrist, root, middle, tip, however you want to word it, coiled in and relaxed. Boom. And it unwinds. I don't turn it to there. When the torso turns, the connective tissue and all of it winds together. But now you see, he knows to not go outside of that circle. So if I hold his arm, he can coil up in, and he came out of the circle. But if he stays in the circle, he can pull me back, even though I'm trying to pull him out. So do it again. He came out, I take him out. Do it again. Now, wind me back in. Don't just trap me there. Go back to the beginning and wind back to square. See, he used his bicep here, so I'll also catch him with a bunch of other things to help illuminate him. But right now, I mainly want him to just do this in the right way. Now, you see as he did that, I fall back. I'm naturally going to pull him out, just trying not to fall down. So if he stays within his circle and does that, and turn back. One continuous movement. Don't push me out. Don't do shit with this. Just turn this back and forth. I'll do it because you're not getting it yet. So when he pulls me out, I can't let this just go to no destination. As he goes to do it, I follow and come to here. And then I turn and it's just, this unwinds. If I push him, it pushes me away. I just let it passively unwind. And then if he pushes back on it, because it's at this angle, he doesn't get any purchase on me. I'm hanging out light. I can pull him in whenever I want. So these things are very interesting. You got to pay a lot of attention to these details. So again, I pull him. He coils up close. That was better. Think more of like touching your chin or your nose. Now think of touching your nose. There you got me. So once you establish these centers and you utilize them correctly, you can pull me back in. When I'm trying to take advantage, turn to the left and you see? And like in my case, if he's pulling me, I can pull it back in. So here I could go into a lock, or I could, if his hand was out of the way, I could have just struck him. But I made a circle, you see, to where I could bring him in and back out. Anyhow, thank you. And experiment with these things.